Tape www.suividecolosénégal.com. À École au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape École au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
Good morning, dear students. My name is Umul. We are going to have together a series of 5 English lessons. How is it going to work? These lessons are for upper 6 students who are preparing for the back exam. So we are going to review some key points in the syllabus to enable you to prepare the back exam. What I'm going to do is, we are going to have first a lesson where I'm going to explain the lesson. After, you'll have a PowerPoint presentation on École au Sénégal platform. Now, what you can do is, you can first look at the PowerPoint presentation, do the exercises yourself, and afterwards, you look at the lesson itself and correct yourself. And you can do it also vice versa. What does it mean? It means that you can look first at the lesson, and after now you look at the PowerPoint presentation in order to do again the exercises. So let's start with our first lesson. Our today's lesson is about conditional sentences, second and third types. And the topic is about sports and game. The objectives, we have 2 objectives for this lesson. By the end of the lesson, you should have formed and used conditional sentences, second and third types. Second objective talked about sports. The target grammar point we are going to see here is conditional second and third types. Target vocabulary, sports and games. Now, to begin the lesson, we are going to fill in a paragraph. You have 2 paragraphs dealing with sports. We'll have a third one after. Now, what you are going to do is to read the paragraph and fill in the blanks with words or phrases from the list. Here you have the list: ranking, world record, track and field, tennis, unfortunately, basketball player, extravagant appearance. So let's start. One of the most talented athletes of all time is Florence Griffith Joyner, also known as Flo-Jo. She was an American, and here you have a blank. Now, which word are we going to use from the list? The right word is track and field. So, you know, she is an athlete and she is running. So the right word here is a track and field athlete. If you take the example of Senegal, we can take the example, perhaps you are too young to know about someone who won a world record and whose name was Amadou Diaba. Perhaps you are too young, you don't know him. He was a track and field athlete. He was running. She is believed to be the fastest woman of all time because in 1988 she set for both the 100 meters and 200 meters. What did she set? If you look at the words here in the list, the right word is world record. So let's read again the sentence. She is believed to be the fastest woman of all time because in 1988 she set world record for both the 100 meters and 200 meters, which haven't been challenged yet. So she is believed to be the fastest woman of all time because in 1988 she set world record. But she died in 1998 at the age of 80. The word here is unfortunately. When we use unfortunately, it's because it's not something happy, it's something sad. So we have finished with the first paragraph, which is talking about Florence Griffith Joyner. And here, which sport do we have? We have athleticism. So we have a track and field athlete. Florence Griffith Joyner was a track and field athlete. And you have other words related to sports. You have world record. So this is our first paragraph. Now we are going to deal with the second one, which is about another sportsman. Another amazing athlete is the German Steffi Graf. And the word from the list is tennis. She was ranked world number 1 by the Women's Tennis Association for the longest period in which any player has managed to hold number 1. Number 1 what? The word here is ranking. Number 1, ranking. (377 weeks). So she holds world number 1 ranking for 377 weeks. In addition, she had won 22 Grand Slam singles titles. An interesting fact is that she had 2, and the word here we are going to use is children. Children in the list, and it's these words that we are going to put here. 2 children. With Andre Agassi. Andre Agassi was also a tennis player. Now, in the second paragraph, we have another sport, which is tennis. And the athlete is named Steffi Graf. You have some words also related to tennis sport. For example, she was ranked world number 1. It means that she was top. And you have also, she has managed to hold number 1 ranking. To rank, when you are ranking, you say first, 2, second, third, etc. And you have another word related to tennis, Grand Slam singles titles. It's about the tennis competition. In football, for example, you say World Cup, African Cup, European Cup, but in tennis, they have slam singles titles. So we have finished with the 2 first paragraph. We are going to look at the third paragraph. Okay, now here we have our third paragraph about Dennis Rodman. We are going to do the same thing. It means that we are going to read the paragraph and try to fill in the blanks with the words we have here in the list. So here, Dennis Rodman is a retired basketball player, and you have the word here, basketball player. In NBA, he played for Chicago Bulls. You know Chicago Bulls, a very famous basketball team, Los Angeles Lakers, and other teams. Besides his abilities as a player, he is famous for his, and here's the word we are going to use is extravagant appearance. Extravagant appearance. What does it mean? It means that he was wearing clothes which were very flashy. It means that if you look at him, he didn't wear clothes like the others. So, extravagant appearance. So, he wears extravagant clothes, extravagant hairstyle, etc. That's why they say he has an extravagant appearance. And also lifestyle. Recently, he visited North Korea and ended up hugging its leader, Kim Jong-un. So we have the third and last paragraph. And with these three paragraphs are context we are going to use in order to have some exercise types. So we are going to use these three paragraphs to design exercise types you'll find in the back paper.
T'as www.suividécole au Sénégal.